Hey guys, it's at K Deuces, your sports bet queen. We are back with another episode of the Crooks and Books podcast, and we are here with some of your favorite co-host, Big Pig Brad.
Going on, everybody?
He's at the Circa, right in the front, frame
Yep, at the front
room.
entrance, checking IDs, baby. Let's go.
Checking
21 and
ID,
over only.
checking IDs. Just in time for happy hour from 6 to 7 at the Golden
Yep. Hey,
Gate
free 6 to 7 Golden
Bar.
Gate. Come on down.
All right. Next is Mr. Prado the Pointer.
What's up? Trying to see if my speakers in the ready to go.
He's on
Live from
the
the casino floor.
casino
Yep.
floor over there. Empty
Playing
chairs
Baccarat, playing Baccarat, playing
in the
Baccarat.
private room. In the private room.
No, I like to be out in the
There's a
open to
little
everybody.
window
I
though.
want to see everyone that comes in.
All right. Next, we are gonna go over NFL Week 14 takeaways, which for me was a pretty bad week. But for the rest of the guys, at least the guys that are on the show, they carried, which is good because we need that. Um, we are gonna go with me doing the takeaways, like I said. I took Tennessee versus Cleveland the over because that was 34. I think I was very um adamant on taking that, and I did win that one. The Thursday game, I took the teaser on Detroit and then under 61 and a half. Totally went over, right? Because that game was almost at like fucking 80 or 70. It was like really high.
Yeah, it was in the
Yeah.
76. Something like that.
Dude, no one would have ever thought that, but I guess you would because it's Dallas and Detroit and they could both score. Very high powered offenses. And then GB, business as BAU. And then Kansas City, like that shit was just done. It was done.
Mhm.
Um, and then I don't know, your team won actually, which is good. Philly and Kansas City playing like twins. That's what happened, Brad.
Who's
Uh,
got it better than us?
there you go.
Nobody.
The hat, whip it out. Yeah, so I mean, it was kind of like a you would think some of these teams are, hey, like they still got it, but they actually don't. And there it was very weird, but not as weird as we I think or what I thought would be weirder than normal. Obviously some of the old teams that are high on top or people thought like, hey, they're gonna make it or it's this like me, I thought like at least KC would hold on to like being at home and trying, but I guess they don't really care anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or like they just don't have that team. So, all right, let's move on to the guys and their takeaways. Who wants to go first? Go ahead.
I'll take it away.
Okay.
What?
I'll take it away because for once I didn't suck, so it feels good to not suck.
Yeah, you carry, you guys, you
Fuck,
carry.
Jesus Christ, hitting at 75%. Only team that kind of squeaked by was Cincinnati, but good job.
That was some bullshit, too.
Yeah,
They did everything they did to cover the original number.
I did take Kansas City in the on the spread, but because I took it there, I found a way to middle myself out of it because I was in a predicament, which I finally figured the algorithm to get yourself out of a potential last leg parlay. Never looked at it from the other way. We had a different way, which we talked about taking the points, but it was a nice learning lesson. One big thing I have to say is one of the hottest teams in the NFL when the narrative is hot on you. Uh, Coach McDaniels, I mean, finds a way to win. Just good spot. Tyrod leaves the game. I didn't even know who that quarterback was. I had to keep looking on my update. I was like, wait, who is this? What
I
is
know
this guy?
something weird.
Yeah. Um, Shout out to Steelers, find a way to steal one. Um, Clearly that was a touchdown.
Yeah. In
The NFL
any
needs
other
again, they
time.
need to figure it out because there's too many. Like we have literally, I think this year, I think I have a little tally, 21 new rules. That's a new one.
Yeah,
They said
yeah, but
you
in
have to have
any
a
other
third foot
time.
down.
Yeah.
It used to be two, now it's a third.
Yeah, but it's like, what good is the challenge if you can't really challenge it?
Yeah, and it's like, what's good is VR and what good is from like upstairs if they can't get it right. Like these games
Yeah.
are, if they did it right, they could probably break down every game like to the T.
And I believe when they have Mike Pereira on, like for the primetime games,
He's starting to piss me off.
no, he doesn't. No, he actually says the truth, but the guys down there don't do it.
That's why. And it's like, okay, so Mike, we're going on like 3 or 4 years of hearing you always correct them. So when are you going to actually have a voice?
Yeah, that's no, it's not really him. It's like he's trying to tell people that we're right, but like there's nothing that he can do.
You know, it's like when
That's
you
the
hear
weird.
like a person that's always like, he's like the teacher that you're like, well, so you know the
Yeah,
answer.
but that's the
So,
weird part about it is that like you like he's just like he comes out with these facts and he's like, yeah, that would be, this and that, but it's like who you're right, who is training those guys?
yeah, well, people that are blind,
Or
clearly.
or
Uh,
how about who's like I said this before in our show, like maybe last season and the season before that, who's like giving them the hammer, or
yeah, like a
who's
penalty of
like,
some
hey,
sort, like a
hey,
suspension,
you're not gonna
fine.
get paid, yeah, for like 7 games because you fucked up the 49ers game or
Yeah.
something like that, whatever the fuck it is.
They
Because
don't get in, they don't, none of them get in trouble, is what you're saying.
yeah, and he said something. Mike Pereira said something which kind of, if you're listening and you don't even have to look at the TV, he was like, I I know that this is wrong and they've been wrong calls for the last like 17 like whatever for this team or whatever it was. He said some crazy fucking stat where you're like, "What?" Like you can't miss that, but people miss it because it's just like you said, there's no action being done about it. I don't know where it's gonna get to soon, but like with all the turmoil that's been going on with like NBA and stuff like that. And if things get legalized even more with betting, it's only going to get even more crazier where these things are going to be like looked at and then who's going to sue each other and what lawyer is going to find a loophole on like, these guys calling these calls to sway to the other team.
I think they should be fined for a bad call.
And they
That
admit it.
way that they take it out of their paycheck.
Yeah.
So they realize when they make that judgment call, they go in the back of their head, ooh, I better make sure this is right because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it's going to come out of my paycheck. Because if you get fined 10 grand, I think it is, if you throw a ball into the stands, then you should get fined 10 grand for making the
Yeah.
wrong call.
Yeah. For the player's sake. Yep, you're
Oh
right.
yeah, yeah. And then my last take is shout out to Green Bay for handling business. I mean, it got kind of weird. I mean, I saw the Houdini come out
It
from
always gets
vintage
kind of weird.
Caleb, but it was nice to see he came back and the small little tidbits of the Jacksonville still holds it down since 2014.
All right, Brad, any takeaways? I know you want to shout out to your team.
Yeah, hey, shout out Herbert, man. The fucking money man got the girl, got the broken hand. Doesn't matter.
The
Beat them
glove.
sorry assholes on Monday night, handing the ball off with his opposite hand. Fucking used his legs finally. Good to
What a
see that.
stud. What a stud.
Shout out to GB. GB, that was one of my biggest leans of the week. Although, man, the Bears are going to be scary if they can keep that core together and over the next couple of years. They're
Yeah,
going to be scary.
yeah. If they can keep it together. I there was one more thing I wanted to mention, but I guess I don't remember what it is now, and I'll mention it if I remember. There's a lot of things to talk about, but yeah, no, those games, like I said, they were weird, but they weren't weird enough where, oh, that's what I was gonna say. The number 5.5. Like we've seen it with Cincinnati and Buffalo, and we've just saw it, Thursday night football. And I just can't like seem to like I don't know as a gambler or sports bettor, Like I look at that number very like oddly and I don't like it. I like to stay away from it because it's not really indicating anything for me. You know what I'm saying, Brad? So it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but in a very weird way, you should stay away from that number. If you're really unsure about which way you're going to sway. Unless it's maybe the dog, I guess, then you're better off taking it. But as a favorite, I just don't know about 5.5, you know?
It used to be the other way around though. 5.5 as a favorite was pretty much a an auto lock. Times have changed a little bit because it's, right in the middle between 7 and 3, which are the two probably keyest numbers I would say on the line. So
Well, you always
it's
got to
one of
look at it like if
those.
they're up 10, a field goal and a touchdown, like just simple math, touchdown breaks your 5.5 quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I just feel like it's a tricky number for
It
you
is.
to to
100%.
to mentally like fuck yourself in any kind of way, you know?
I mean, look at it's so funny you say that because like the Tampa should have covered the game with no problem last night, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Buffalo. Buffalo actually went and was covering, and then they gave up the back door at the end. So it's like it is one of those weird numbers where you need to be up literally 14 to be
Yeah,
safe.
or at that point, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Or
14's a
like
number,
some
huh?
weird stuff happens. But anyway,
14.
we can't see you by the way. I don't
I know
know.
because it's
It
just
keeps
tripping right now.
going on and off.
It had a stable what's the word it says?
I don't know. But anyway, we're on air, so we're not gonna discuss what's going on, technical problems there. Okay, so we are gonna go over the numbers. Week 14, 3-5 for me, not a great week, 38%. 4-2 for Brad, great week for you, Brad, 67%. 4-3
Hey,
for Caleb as well, 67%. 2-3 for Bobby, 40%. 6-2 for Prado, 75%. 19-14 at 58%. Still very close to 60, which is great for us. Um, and we are now in week 15. We just went over yesterday. We do have a newsletter, so if you've been following the podcast, whether it's whatever social media outlet or the website at www.thesportsbettingqueen.com. That free newsletter gave out our picks. Probably wasn't very useful this time around because the guys took Tampa Bay.
Ugh.
Tampa Bay.
I know either
See,
the spread,
I went with Baker. Shame on me, idiot.
yeah, the spread or money line. But like I was talking about this stupid number. To me, it's not stupid, but it's just a
It is. It is.
right.
It is
It
a
is a
stupid
So
stupid
number. It
number.
is a
You're
stupid
right.
number. Yeah, it
So I
is.
took the over 43 because I knew that both teams had the offense to go over that number, no matter what. And it's prime time. These guys want to show off and show out, which they did.
My
Especially
God, they
Bijan
did.
and
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts.
What do you
Pitts.
mean, Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, Kyle Pitts
Holy
definitely.
God.
And shout out to Jason too. He didn't fucking start him. But to JJ's defense, he has Bowers. So I get it. But I don't get it, you know? Because it's prime time. But
There you
anyway,
go. Bowers versus Eagles defense makes sense.
yeah. And then I took the mini teaser just for literally like I think less than like 500 bucks. Um, ATL plus 13 and a half and then over 36 and a half. So I got a little bit of money back from what I lost last week, which is good. And now I can play ball again as far as the week is concerned. So let's move on to some of the slotted games. And then I didn't get to really do this, but I'll go to each one and then we can pass. I don't if I see something that the guys have, then obviously I'll say it. So Arizona versus Houston, 9.5 is the spread. Totals over under 42 and a half. Nothing on this game, right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a tough.
Houston's a freight train right now, so it's tough.
I
Yeah.
don't want to stand in front of him and be the guy that says, you know what, plus 9.5 is the play, and
I
then
know.
21 nothing after the first quarter. You're like,
I mean,
It's
this
still
has
Brissett.
written, even though Arizona's been scoring, it kind of has written on it that they may not score this game.
Yeah,
Because
tough,
Houston is
tough.
actually like that
I've
defensive.
just been on the Houston defense hype train, and I actually
Yeah.
like D'Amico.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have anything on this game unless you like nine
Mhm.
and a half. To me, I think that, Houston should take this and they should take this time to try and get these end of the year bonuses for them, for whoever they need. Arizona, they can work on working as a team. And, it is what it is. On to the next for this team. But yeah, no, I don't have anything on it. 42 and a half, though, might be something that I would take as a good under, but I don't know, maybe live is a little bit better for that just because this game has a very, very high spread. So you want to watch out for those things. All right, next game, Vegas versus Eagles, 11 and a half spread, totals
Ugh.
under 38 and a half. Are the Eagles mad about what happened last week on primetime? Will they take it out on Las Vegas? The spread is pretty huge. Prado says under 38 and a half.
This is my favorite total of the week. I absolutely love this. It should be straight, you know. Explain to me how this offense is going to score on this defense. The Eagles might have some problems on offense. That's why I like the under again.
Yeah.
But they're not going to have that much trouble with this team. Like they're
No
gonna,
way.
yeah, they're gonna put Gino down. But the only thing I am scared is if they run a 40 piece on him. Then I'm scared.
What about is Jalen Carter back in the thing? Because he didn't play last game.
Yeah, I notice every time Jalen Carter doesn't play and I'm trying to bet the Eagles,
Mhm.
it's like something tells me don't do it.
Yeah. No,
Don't
it's
do
true.
it.
It's true. Like him missing on defense, like, uh,
Huge.
yeah, big time. Well, I mean, that spitting thing happened, and that was like a literal, like,
Actually,
fucking
he's out this
spoon
game.
fed
He's
to
out.
to Dallas. So, it depends on if he's playing, then you would definitely confirm you're under.
No, he's 100% out.
Oh, well
Yeah, he has
then
a shoulder injury.
that could be a very different thing because they had a
I
couple
th
guys that left too.
Listen, I we're talking about the Raiders here. I play Bobby in fantasy. I don't know how all of a gent he's going to score 19 against this Eagles defense. I just don't understand it. Like this is a
Yeah,
tough
maybe
defense
they're
still.
they're
They
maybe
played a good game versus the Chargers. They didn't know that their quarterback was that stupid.
all right. Next game, New York Jets versus Jacksonville, 13. Some big spreads this week. Total 13 is the spread, totals over under 41 and a half. Um, I know this weird thing that came around on Instagram that the Jets against the spread is like a crazy stat.
They lost last week.
But no, but I mean, regardless of last week, they're just like something, without like having to say anything, like the trend is huge.
I'm gonna look that up.
But I don't really know what it is, but I just saw it. It's kind of weird, to be honest. Um, I don't know. This
They're
is game,
7-5-1 in the season. Not
yeah,
bad.
this is game
So
time.
last week they were 7-4-1. So yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good stuff. This might be GTD for me, just because it's 13, you know? It's kind of weird, but we'll see. Jacksonville's at home. A lot of people might want to take them. Jets,
Saxonville actually has a stat where they're a top five defense in the NFL in the last 6 weeks.
not bad. Not bad
Yeah.
at all. We'll see, but I don't know yet. All right. Next, Cleveland versus Chicago. 7.5 is the spread. Totals over under 39. Um, Cleveland plus 7.5, Mr. Prado.
Yeah, this is based off like I call it the algorithm of the Tampa Bay game. Tampa Bay needed to win. They should have won, but guess what? They lost. So same thing with this. Brado made a really, really good, interesting situation with them. If the Bears somehow find a way to lose, as good as this season has been for Chicago, all the Chicago fans out there, you're out of the playoffs. Isn't that crazy? And I feel right now it's
Oh,
spoiler
Miles
season.
Garrett. Yeah.
Spoiler season. Kale last week, he surprised me. I had to tip my cap off. I mean, he literally was trying to slap me in the face. He did. He only got sacked once. That's kind of amazing me. He only got sacked once. And I feel this is a good opportunity for the defense to kind of play around. Even though I'll be completely honest, I looked it up. Their defense low key has been trash. Cleveland's.
It
But with
has been.
Shador there, I feel like there's some hope. The team's rallying around him and they can move the ball. That's all it is. They
Dude,
can move the ball.
dude, the Jets, I mean, not the Jets, the Cleveland is like, as a dog, 7, 6, 7, 8, like, dude, they've made me some money, in the 13 weeks, or let's just say 12, because I didn't take them for anything last week. But yeah, like that's insane. You know what I mean? But versus Chicago, again, this is toxic for me. I need to stay away. You know what I mean?
They're eight and
Oh
five
yeah.
against the spread for the season, just to let you know. So Chicago has actually been a good team to cover.
Yeah, yeah.
8 and 5. 5-8 on the other side with Cleveland.
Brad, anything on this one? No? Let's see.
No, no, nothing on this one.
All right, let's move on. This is like game of the week, I think, for me or for anyone that's fucking following football this season. Bills versus Pats. I think it's at Pick'em now. It was at one when I put on
Is
out
it?
sheet. Yeah. From what I see.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wish
it
New
is.
England
At
goes to
Circa, it's
minus
at
one.
Pick'em.
Oh, beautiful.
So, I think the Bills. I know this is at Pats, and they're gonna have to make a statement, and the Bills are gonna have to make a statement. If you want to be the Josh Allen narrative that everybody's going for, he's also, congratulations to him and his wife. They're pregnant, and they announced that to the entire planet today. Um, so, Josh becoming a father. This is gonna be, he's fucking Drake May's father. You know what I mean? And I know, what is it? Or who's your daddy type shit, I think. And I know that Caleb isn't on, but if he was at any point against this and he's looking at the sheet and he was on the show and he's against it, or he's like, "Oh, my team probably won't do well," or whatever, then for sure I'm taking the Bills. So yeah. And then Brad, since you didn't have any bets the last few times.
Yeah, no, Buffalo on this one. I mean, look at the strength of schedule for New England. It's just not very good. Now they're going to face a team that's really pissed off. They're on a
And wants
tear.
to prove something because they actually have to.
100% they do.
Yeah.
They need to prove something.
Yeah. And I think Prado and I were having this conversation, and it was like just a nightly whatever rundown of like football. We were talking about like the top three NFL quarterbacks of the last 5 to 7 years. And obviously Pat Mahomes is in there. And believe it or not, you have to go like Matt Stafford, right? Because obviously where their team is at and what he's done as a champion at a championship level in the last few years. But to be honest with you, like I can't even say Jalen Hurts. I can't. And then I can't say, I would say obviously Tom Brady's still in the talks. Of course he finds a way to become a GOAT no matter what in the last 5 to 7. You know what I mean? But it's like who else? Because no one else has won a championship. Do you put Joe Burrow and Josh Allen in there because they've been contenders, right? So it's kind of a weird conversation when you look at top quarterbacks in the NFL in the last 5 years and because going back 5 years is 2020. So it's very wild. But go ahead, Prado. Your Bill's large.
I was at Circa when this happened, and I bet Bills against the Bills. I bet the Patriots big at the Circa, everywhere you can think of it. I was really, really big. Shout out to Nick for setting up a what I thought was a very nice. If they get 5-0, they're plus 500. So I go back to that week and I analyze it. The Buffalo Bills just kind of threw that one away. For
It,
this guy, for these sportscasters and these analysts and all these guys that talk that they know football, for you to say right now that Drake May is the king of the AFC East,
You're high.
you should stop doing your job. Because look, it's like saying when Patrick 2 years ago had some bad games and we start saying, oh, there's this and that. Herbert's probably a little bit better. It's like,
Hmm.
stop. Your stats are your stats.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
and
in certain cases, Josh is he's a dog.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with him. It's his team sometimes lets him down. Sometimes he lets his team down. Like
Yep.
let's be honest. But for you to say that Drake May is the best quarterback in the AFC East, you're lying. You're lying. You want it to be Drake May, and I think he's had a good year. I think Vrabel's done a great job.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I
New
mean,
England
there's
for
no
what they've
doubt
done.
yeah, he has a good year, right?
But when it comes to a game like this, it's the men versus the boys, and in this case, Josh is the man and Drake is the boy.
It's called
And
Who's Your
as
Daddy? That's
and
what
as
it
we
is.
saw what happened to the real Drake, we'll see what happens with this Drake.
Oh man, yep, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, we don't have anything from Caleb and or Bobby.
Oh, he's gonna pick New England, so let's just
Well,
stop.
no, I'm just saying if and when he does, go to the newsletter, okay? So remember the newsletter's on the website, but not for very long until we get to the
And I'm
playoff.
off out. And
We're
if,
almost
like you
there.
said, if I'm on a game one more time with Caleb and his buy a blowout games, I'm gonna make sure I take my pick off.
Oh my God, you're
You
so
said that about the Tampa Bay game, and I was like, God damn it.
I know, because he said he was
Yeah.
big, yeah. But anyway, all right, let's go move on. Baltimore versus Cincinnati. Three is the spread. Totals over under 51 and a half. Buy low Baltimore, Brad. Okay. Tell us. Tell us.
Yeah, I mean, I think Baltimore is they've dropped two in a row now the last couple weeks. This has got to be a spot where they have to win. And Joe Burrow and the gang doesn't really have anything to play for theoretically, other than spoiler. So I hope to God that John's got the boys rallied to just put the nail in the coffin on Zach and the stupid Bengals.
Yeah. This is gonna be a very interesting game. I don't really know why the total is super high. Just
Cool.
just because Baltimore, I get why Cincinnati has because they can score for sure, right?
Oh, actually, thank you for reminding me.
And in the snow. But like Baltimore, like like what's happening there that is so explosive? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe
Nothing.
are we saying that they're gonna like and I get it, like, Lamar could have a really big game, but it doesn't mean it's gonna go over 52. You know what I mean? Or stay there. But I guess you've got something that I don't know, Prado, but you're saying over 51 and a half and Baltimore minus three. I get the Baltimore minus three, but why 51, why over 51 and a half?
Same
That's
total as last time.
Yeah, what are you talking about? We watched it at the lovely Mastros in Vegas, where I think one, two, three
So
touchdowns were
many
called
points left
back.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking the
But
whole.
what's to stop that from happening again?
It's not going to happen again because likely he's not going to fumble the ball at the goal line. I'm already getting talks about John should be out. It's like what teams don't understand is they have a good coach. And I was just talking about this before the show. So now there's a new rule where you have to step on the ground 3 times. Likely had a touchdown. We wouldn't even be talking about this They should have won the game last week versus Pittsburgh, but they called that touchdown back. He should have had two
But
touchdowns
they've
that
had a
inning.
lot of that happen. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, guess what? I'm tired of Joe. Joe showed up last week through a pick six to the house, a pick that should have probably put them away. But this will be a little dogfight. But I think in the end, it'll be like a final. Lamar comes out because he's been kind of quiet, and Zay Flowers has kind of been showing up too. So I think the offense is kind of getting pissed. No one talks about this, but Baltimore has been getting literally shitted on.
Shitted
And
on
yeah,
bad.
like it's crazy. Like you want to talk
Yeah.
about your referee theory? We
Mhm.
should be watching every
They're
single
definitely
referee
that team.
closely on pit
I think
for
that's the
Baltimore
team that they
games.
talked about. I'm not sure. Them or the Jets is
They're
one.
just robbing Baltimore right now. Like, and I'm not a Baltimore fan like that, but like you said, find the refs that are
Well,
literally
I've been saying that. Yeah.
yeah, you should
Yeah.
find the
You
refs
never
versus Baltimore.
you never really want to question the integrity of anything, but with people being human beings the way that they are, you kind of want to tell them like, "Hey, if you do this again, this is what's going to happen." Like because you obviously know what your mistake is, and if it's admitted, then you're basically saying you made the mistake.
I
You know?
have a very good question here. So when the ball crosses the line and a quarterback goes out and he puts the ball out, right, for like a quick second, it's a touchdown, right? And then it goes past the goal line. They're like, "Oh, touchdown, right?" So why is it when you catch the ball and you make one step, why does it that you have to determine a second step, let alone now a third step to determine if that's a touchdown? See what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
have to figure that part out in the offseason.
Yeah. All right, let's go to wow, nothing for your team, Brad. Los Angeles Chargers versus KC, 5.5. Oh my God, it's the spread. Uh
This is where the 5.5 snaps and we get the
Yep.
fucking piss beat out of us.
Total over under 41.5. In KC with Mad um Casey obviously and what they're doing or whatever. But yeah, no, nothing for you, Brad. I'm shocked.
I
I'm
mean, I know
I'm
the answer to
scared.
this one.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's time.
The 41.5 is not bad.
Kind of
Uh
like that over in that one too.
yes, yes. I like this over a lot more than I like the spread. But which I want to know, like, if there's a 5.5 spread and then whatever the total was, did it go over? Because usually I go over on it. But yeah, that's
That's a
different.
that's a
Take a
good point.
step.
So wait,
Take a
what
step.
game was five and oh 5.5 was last game. It went over. Okay, that's one.
Yep.
What's
And
the
then
second game?
I don't know, we're gonna have to look back. Um, but I think for this game, and I understand, I get that people will be like, okay, Casey sucks, they're done, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And obviously Chargers are on a high. But what if like you know how you guys we always say the book is out on certain quarterbacks. We used to say it a lot too. Maybe not so
Yeah,
much this year. It's not really that it's out on Pat, but there's really no motivation, I would say. And then like the defense Spagnola, like he could be doing the same thing and it's sticking to old school ways. What if it's out with the old, in with the new? Not that Chargers have really anything going on with their defense, Brad, but the over is good on this one.
Our defense is actually pretty solid.
Just a couple mistakes, but that's here and there, and it depends on which down it is. So I guess you're just gonna have to be disciplined. But Prado, you
Which is
think
hard
PC
hard
minus
to
five
do
and a
against
half. I
Patrick.
like it. I like
yeah. This is a game where the 5.5s. I've been trying to study them. I was obviously wrong. I tried to get a freebie on the Tampa Bay 5.5, six. It actually went to six by game time. Um, my thing here is very simple. Chargers should have lost last week. Chargers played a good game. They did not play a great game. When your quarterback, I need to go look this up because it just dawned upon me. When a quarterback is your leading rusher in the NFL, what is your team do the next week? Because shame on your team for allowing that to happen. The guy has a broken hand and he's your leading rusher. Like, do we not see something wrong there? That shows you that your offense is built around a guy that has a broken hand. And let me tell you something right now. You have a broken hand, Chris Jones is going to find a way to break the other one. It's that simple. And you know what? He had himself a game. Somehow CJ wanted to pretend he was like,
Fucking gremlin god over there.
yeah,
Who?
Jalen
Oh,
Hurts,
CJ?
CJ.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that fucking throw. Come on.
yes. So at the end
Mhm.
of the day, I just think Chargers are in a bad spot. They're traveling to Kansas City. They had a huge win. They shouldn't have win. Like Jefferson made a beautiful interception. Shout out to to the Chargers for winning that because I was backing them, but they shouldn't have won. I think we that's the narrative of this game. They shouldn't have won. They're going to go to Kansas City. They're going to be playing in a hostile environment. They're happy with the win, like you would say, and they'll go back and play the next team and say, you know what, we'll get
Well,
them on the
let's do
next one,
some
boys.
football math. You have the Eagles that have been trending down, and we barely beat them. And then you have Kansas City, who lost to a team that's fucking skyrocketing. I mean, football math says we lost.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, I don't have anything on Washington and Giants. I don't have anything on Indiana or sorry, Colts and Seahawks. So
Yeah, give me Phil.
there you
Oh
go.
my
You're
God.
so funny.
I'm good.
Um, next game,
Uh,
this is the game that I do have something on is GB. So Green Bay versus Denver Broncos. Two is the spread. Actually, it's 2.5 at Circa. And totals over under 42.5. So give me the Green Bay Packers -2.5. Nothing to worry about. I know it's gonna be like weird because it's gonna be Sean Payton, that damn Denver Broncos defense versus Jordan Love, but I think with LaFleur, there's going to be a little bit of an issue getting that ball out, but as long as they get it done within in the 4 quarters that, obviously the football game is happening, then it'll be fine. They'll be fine, and this is why maybe it's 3 because they're going to win it by a kick. Um, and that's what I think about that game. Brad, do you think the same thing?
yeah, I do. I really like GB here. Um, Broncos are the number one team in the AFC. And this trend this year has been the number one team that's now catching points at home. You have to fade them. It just doesn't matter what the spread is. You got to go against them. So I can even see them being the most popular teaser play of the week, teasing the Broncos up to 8.5. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
I don't. If you're a Broncos backer, I don't like this spot for them,
If you're
even off a
Nick,
bye.
if you're Knicks, you better watch out for Micah because he's coming for that ass. Um, Prado, Green Bay money line.
Yeah, Green Bay is in a good spot. They played really good. Last week, when I was watching them and kind of thinking about them a little bit as I backed them, I was thinking, is this the best team in the NFC? Like, seriously, ask yourself that question. Uh,
Well, I mean,
The,
in the
yeah,
preseason, there was a guy that was really huge on these guys,
yeah.
really big.
The only thing is like the great way to like break this down is like this is what I think about Denver. I never liked Denver. I think the whole Denver aura is never been
Rod.
me. And
God, you got that spit. Jesus,
yeah, it's just like
my hair. I'm
honestly
kidding.
I haven't liked Denver since Elway and Shanahan's father was the coach. That's how long it's been.
Well, well,
They're a team that is so fraud.
So fraud.
And
okay.
I
How
think
about how about
we
they've
take
been
weeks
winning
where we're
on a
like,
limb?
yeah, we take weeks
Yeah,
we're like, oh, they're good. They're good.
dude, they
Oh, what
almost
happened?
lost to Mark. Is it they almost lost to
Yeah. They
Mariota?
should have no, they should have lost
Yeah.
to
What's
Marcus.
crazy is
Actually, they would have if they would have made that kick. Yeah.
Oh
If you
yeah.
really
But
watch all their
Washington,
games, they should be undefeated. Their two losses were on last second field goals as time expired.
yeah, it's absolutely
I
insane.
don't think they've lost in the fourth quarter. Is that what it is? Is that the
No, no,
stat?
no. What's it
Going into
called? No, going into the fourth quarter, this I think it finally broke. Maybe, I don't know.
No, it
Every time
hasn't.
yeah, you're right. Every time they've been trailing, no, that's the Bears.
No, it's something. We'll look it up,
I
but
think it's every time they've been trailing going into the fourth quarter, they've came back and won or something like that.
that's crazy. Um,
Oh no, I know what it was. They never God, it's some stupid
it's
crazy stat. It's
something dumb.
crazy.
They're probably gonna flash
It's
it, and then it's gonna lose. Uh, okay. So there is one thing I want to move back to. That is something that I was gonna say is when I took the Circa Millions sheet. I did forget to tell you guys that there was a reason why I took the Cincinnati Bengals, and I didn't think I did, but I guess maybe that'll lose or whatever the hell it is. It's because it's at 2.5, not 3. So I
hmm.
don't know what it is about this week, but when I look at the numbers on Circa Millions, all I picked were 2.5s and pick 'em. Obviously, that was the Bills one. And then there's one more surprise pick that I have that you guys will find out in a second. But yeah, and you know what? I don't even really like it that much, but I did like that number for some reason. So there is a reason, and I think it's because of the same theory. That's what I was getting at. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Um, and I was sick over the past week, so my memory's shot. But I think maybe the same thing happens that Cincinnati wins by a kick, just like Green Bay will. Uh, to like, because they can get to the end zone. They may not score, but they'll probably win by a kick. But anyway, okay,
There
let's.
was a breakdown that you said. Gil Alexander had it where he said, "Shame on the Baltimore Ravens for thinking why they should be favored." But I'm like, so we all of a sudden somehow have this team that's been trending down somehow has respect, even with Joe
Wait, they
Burrow
are
coming
favored.
back. No, no, no. I know they said shame on Baltimore for being favored, and I was like thinking to myself, so what should we just think that Cincinnati should be favored in this game because Joe's all of a sudden the answer, but
No, he's not the answer, but I think taking a +2.5
I think their
is
defense
probably good.
fucking sucks.
Huh?
Their defense
They gave him
Oh,
sucks.
40 to
yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, like
There's no defense
and
whatsoever.
the
Are
one
you
thing about
kidding?
them, one thing about them too is like
What defense?
if it's because of what's his name Chase that they somehow lost the game because if you look at that game,
Mhm.
they're passing to Gesicki, all these
Okay,
no-namers
but they
killing it.
also were in the snow, sir.
I mean, they actually they
They
beat
played
Josh's ass
great, but
in
you
the
you're gonna
snow.
make mistakes. You know what I mean? You're gonna make mistakes. It's the goddamn snow. If you don't slip by just walking in it, then I don't know. You know what I mean?
Joe Burrow may be like the new age, like saying like he's just an overrated quarterback. Sorry, I've been saying this for years. Just
There's so many
overrated
overrated
quarterback.
quarterbacks.
I can't wait to go back this in 2 years and be like, damn, Carlos said that Joe Burrow was overrated.
But Carlos
That
also
or he
said a
won
bunch of
back-to-back
things.
MVPs either way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, guess what? He has this.
And
He
then
has this many
Carlos
Super
also
Bowls.
said a bunch of things.
Super
So he
Bowl.
went one week at
No, but how many
75%.
Super Bowls does Joe have? We'll go back in 2 years and do
Well,
this.
we talked about this. We talked about this. We can't even name a top five lineup because of the way we think these quarterbacks are playing now. That's crazy. That's how much the NFL needs some fucking real fucking deal quarterbacks. It's more defenses, it's more fucking special
You're
team.
right, because when you say top three, it's easy, but when you say top five, you're like this.
Nope. Can't even think of it. Tom Brady's definitely still in that though. See what I'm saying? That's crazy. All right. Anyway,
Tom, get out.
let's move on. He can't. He's
I
not.
know,
You
I
see the
know.
message he sent to Phil?
What do you
So
say?
funny. You gotta watch it. Just after the podcast, go
It's
watch it.
so
It's
good.
fucking
And then they
hilarious.
did like the Green Goblin thing, which was great. I love that meme.
Like,
Um,
Phil, you're coming out of retirement. He's like, only crazy people do that.
and then
He's
he's
talking
sitting
about
there like,
himself.
yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm skipping Well, no, I can't skip Carolina versus New Orleans.
Carolina's in first place. What are you talking
That's
about?
that's
Yeah,
two and a
shout out to
half.
Carolina.
I can't skip that. That's actually one of my next millions pick. 2.5 Carolina. Totals over under 40 and a half. New Orleans though, I mean, they could put up a fight.
Eh,
But it's
Over.
two and a half.
Over for New
2.5,
Orleans.
guys.
yeah, I like that Carolina pick. I might join
What
you
do
on
we
that one.
always say? Shout out to Michael Coltrane, the 2.5.
Two and a
Two and a
half.
half take, three and a half late.
Oh my God, so funny. Yep. And that pretty much puts that in a nutshell for me because I was taking those numbers. Those are the only attractive numbers that I've seen on the Circa Millions pick. Anything else for you guys on that game?
I think I might join you, but yeah, I like that one. That's a good one.
Okay, next is Detroit versus the Los Angeles Rams. 6 is the spread, totals over under 55. That didn't change. Brad, you got Detroit +6.
As of now, I do. I just don't understand why it's six, to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure. I know when these teams met up in week one of last year, it was five and a half.
Is it
If
power rankings?
Uh,
well, the Rams got to be the one of the highest power rated teams, them and the
I
Seahawks.
think maybe because they don't want to call it a blowout because obviously it's not, but it is because what's the stat with Matt versus Goff?
Well, I mean, for the longest, it was probably,
Matt.
well, though, I don't think they played that much, to be honest.
they played like two times, if that.
Jared
Well,
won last year in overtime in week one. It was a nasty beat too. They tied the game, went to overtime, and then they scored a touchdown and covered by a half point.
hmm. I think this comes down to coaching, and this may be an overtime game for sure. Um, Teaser attractive, very much, but the Rams are like the team that everyone is like,
I think
oh,
there's only one side to play on the teaser here.
yeah, yeah. But the Rams are the only like I think the reason why this is like such a weird number, or it's almost going to be that weird number, right? Is because they don't want to give the Rams that like huge favorite number because they're not sure. And they're not sure how that's going to go because the Rams are like trending at a high rate, right? And they have everything going from that for them. They have an okay defense.
Oh,
Um,
they're solid. They're solid on defense.
and then you have Detroit with the same kind of matchup too. But like you have to give the Lions some credit. There were some games that they've lost ultimately not just to crazy calls and touchdowns called back, and they've lost people. It's kind of a weird thing, but dude, it's tough not to take Detroit on this one, especially because everyone is probably the whole world is probably taking the Rams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because
agree
it's
with
like,
you.
oh, 6, they can't not cover 6, guys. Come on. You know,
I think that Vegas is doing a very good job of attracting public money on the Rams because they're probably like, oh, six. So all I gotta do is win by a touchdown.
they're like, dude, that's so easy. They could do it in like 2 kicks. Oh my God, they're like the number one team. Like that's basically what everyone's saying. But what do we not?
Los Angeles, dude.
Yeah, but what do we not know about this? Like, it really depends on the lineups and taking a look at both quarterbacks and what their stats have been. I know Matt's is fucking probably super insane over Goff's, but is it really that bad? Is it really that far apart? So I don't know. I think this one's a game time decision. I definitely didn't pick any of this because it was a lot harder than I thought it would be, and I still think it is for Circa Millions, and I hate contemplating because usually when I contemplate it, I get it wrong. So I didn't pick this one at all. But Prado, you're saying the same thing as well.
No, what I'm trying to say is I
They
was waiting
can't
for you
do
guys
that.
to talk. So since the trade, Detroit is actually 2-1 versus the Rams, but I was advised by a really good bettor to say do not take Detroit in this game for whatever you're thinking of. It's just not a good spot.
Is
I
it a
believe
sharp
they're safe.
angel?
He's a sharp. Two safeties are out for the Rams. I'm sorry for Detroit. A corner's out
Oh,
for the
there you go.
Rams. I'm sorry for the Detroit.
That's what I just said. It depends on who's
No,
in it.
I already know. No, no. Branch is done for the year. Like the other
What do you mean?
starting
No, no.
corner.
I just said it depends on
No,
who's
I'm
going to
telling you,
be out.
Brian Branch is done for the year. Kirby Joseph is out for this game. Another cornerback is out for this game. What's his name? Your favorite player, the Anzalone. He's
Hell yeah, Anzalone's a
yeah,
beast.
yeah, he's did not practice on Wednesday.
Well, that makes sense now.
So yeah, so that's why you're seeing a lot of points keep going up. I feel like I'm just gonna take the Rams in this spot.
Yeah, well, that makes sense now. This
Yeah.
makes so I just said it depends on what the lineup is going to be. And I don't ever check that as much, and I probably should.
Poor Branch. He
I'm
actually
glad
is
I said
probably
it was
done for
me.
this season.
Oh, he's yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree
Brad,
so.
you
he's
still like Detroit plus six, huh?
For now, we gotta see how things go.
All right.
I
All right.
just think they're
Sherry.
gonna show up.
Okay, next up, Tennessee versus Niners. 12.5 is the spread. Totals over under
Oh,
44.
my nap time.
I
Smoke.
know, dude. Um, I just think like 49ers at home versus Tennessee. I know they always say we never play fucking good. 12.5
There's
is
nothing to think about here.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
not
huge
there's
spread,
nothing.
dude. Like
Yeah,
that's what
get
they're
out of
trying to
here.
say to think about it.
Cam
Probably should
Warning
be
covering
minus
this game.
16 and a half if you ask me.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
12.5. Like stop it. Just wait for
Sala
it.
versus a rookie quarterback. That's all I could think of.
Whose coach got fired in the first 5 weeks.
Yep.
Well, here's my advice if you're really scared on taking it, like because some people would be, is like, fine, wait until it's live. Cool. You know what I mean? And maybe you'll get lucky where we don't score and they just score a kick first. And then you can take it live. You know what I'm saying? Because then you get your little confidence of like, okay, now the Niners are gonna win because even if Tennessee scored three, it is what it is. So yeah, you can do that. Take my advice. Maybe that'll happen. All right,
Not a bad way to look at it.
next game is Sunday Night Football. Minnesota versus the Dallas Dick Boys. And guess what number it is, guys? It used to be at six. And now it's at 5.5. And the total is over under
No, it's still at 6 at some
47.
books.
Nope, it's at 5.5. And I'm going off of Circa Millions and Circa. So 5.5 as of today, or Thursday, and then into today, which is Friday. So 5.5 Cowboys at Cowboys versus Minnesota. Damn. I just talked about this goddamn number, but I'm gonna have to take it. I have to take Dallas. I have to. I'm stuck. Um, but what I will do is for the listeners, because you guys always know that whatever I take on Circa, because they're all spreads and they're five different spreads for the slots. I will give you the reverse of all of them. You should already know that, obviously, with what I'm taking, but I'll put that into the newsletter as well. So you can fade, and I'll put it as the fade me. You feel me? So that way you have it lined up for you. If you want to fucking fade me and put it all in a parlay like I did myself just to win a little bit of money back from last week, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Because that's the only way you're going to come out of this positive. So. Yeah, Sunday Night Football. I am probably going to miss the money-making hour, but I'm hoping that it is a landslide for me as far as Dallas is concerned.
Game's whack as fuck. I don't know what you're talking about. It's whack.
Yeah, but I also don't like mingling with people I don't fucking know. So, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, uh, nothing for you guys as far as this game, nap time game.
No.
This is actually the nap time game, Brad.
Well, Dallas is
Gonna go
fucking really
under.
good at home, so I don't know what else to say. So
Yeah, they're really good at
they're
home.
very good at home. JJ McCarthy, as you said, is trash. So what does that mean?
Is this
Ralph?
Dallas's lowest total of the year right here, or what? 47 and a half?
Yeah.
I know, but like at some point, do you think like Minnesota will be like, "Hey, we're playing on prime time again. Like, let's fucking do this."
Well, they didn't last time, so what does that mean?
I know. It's like, what happened? What happened? They just need
What
fucking
happened?
Kirk.
JJ sucks. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, no, I said that. I said they need Kirk back, or they just let go of the quarterback that could really get him there, right? So it's like, dude, you guys had something to think about, and that might be a huge mistake of what they did with.
Oh no, they clearly made it big, big. They have Kirk or they have Darnold, so
Yeah, that was stupid. You had two very senior quarterbacks, like that could get the ball to where they needed to go at the time that they needed to go to. And you had an
you're
offense.
right. This is like a great under game. This is like a boring ass game. Like the NFL, shame on the NFL for playing JJ McCarthy on Sunday Night Football. Like what were you thinking? You trying to highlight him or what?
This is his what, fourth primetime game?
Oh, it's just
I
like,
don't
bro,
know, but
stop.
they get that
Yeah.
primetime spot, and
Yeah,
we
just
used to make fun
stop.
of Kirk Cousins, Burke Buzzins, but like, dude, like at
Yeah,
least he puts up a
stop.
fight. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he'll watch porn again, like that one time that we needed
Yeah, well,
to
guess what?
get
He's probably like
done. Look at Matt. He's like, I don't know.
just a terrible
Like,
game. Like, yeah, let's watch Minnesota versus Dallas, please. I've been so eager to watch
well,
this
you know
game.
why? You know why
I've been waiting
Dallas.
all
Fuck.
day for this.
But you
Yeah.
guys know why Dallas is on there. So that makes sense. Dallas makes sense.
Yeah. Makes sense. But put in JJ, like, please. You know what they should have put is Baltimore versus fucking Cincinnati. How about that?
Yeah. Or fucking, how about, I guess they could
Packers
do
versus
Bills again.
Denver,
Yeah,
Bills
Packers
versus
versus Denver would have been
Patriots,
good.
a little
What
another
happened?
rematch.
Chargers, Chiefs,
Yeah, something.
What
But
happened to like, what did they used to do? They used to like take a
flex.
game out.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
What
flex.
happened to flexing? Can they
You know,
This
you know
game would have
what?
been flexed if Dallas didn't semi-save their season.
No, you want to know why they don't flex? Because the NFL doesn't want to admit they're wrong. That's why.
Yeah,
Hello.
Well, I mean,
that's too.
you
They're
know
like,
what a
oh,
good
we're always right. We know what game we're going to be watching.
but you know what it's
Like,
not that they're admitting that they're wrong. It's more like they've admitted it already by giving Prime Video the goddamn fucking schedule. I
oh,
mean, the
I feel
schedule
bad
is
for them. Those are probably some of the best analysts
horrendous.
right there.
Fucking Al Michaels,
Horrendous.
Yeah.
fucking poor guy. Just can't
Always
even.
get
He's
shit
trying to get
games.
excited. He's like, and there's the flag.
This is the 19th flag, and we're here. You're like, poor guy.
But like whoever sold that schedule, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fired.
No, but
Yeah.
how much
Get
money did
out.
that guy make just to be like, hey, just buy it, Prime Video? And Prime Video's like, sure, we'll just sign away. It's NFL. We
Well,
trust
Prime
you
was
guys.
like, well, we'll take anything. And they're like, oh, this is the game. I'm telling you, this is the game. You're like,
Yeah, it's the guy. He's such
this
a
is me at the
bag,
podium.
whoever that is.
Oh, I'm awake. Sorry.
I
That
wish they
guy,
got rid of Thursday night football, but they won't.
Yeah, I know.
dude,
Me
that
too.
guy got away
Me
with
too.
murder. Whoever that schedule person is, my God.
Well, they claim AI does it through Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay, they just don't want to take the blame.
Well,
That's
they're
I
blaming it on
know.
a computer. So the computer's like sitting there like
Yeah.
this.
They're like, Jeff, what the fuck?
Oh
Has no
man.
emotions.
All right, so next game, Monday Night Football, just a little bit. Miami versus Steelers, 3.5. The spread totals over under 41.5. This game is better than Sunday night,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. See?
It is.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have anything, but I might. I might.
You know what? Monday Night Football, they usually get it right. How about that?
Yeah, they usually
Let's give
get
a
it right.
shout out to Monday Night Football.
Yeah, whoever does MNF,
Yeah.
good job. TNF,
Yeah.
nah.
Monday Night
SNF,
Football is like
mid.
this. Yeah, they're like this. Thursday Night Football is like this.
And Sunday night is like this.
No, Sunday Night Football is like this.
It's mid. It's in the middle. It's in the middle.
Fuck.
All
It just
right.
ain't the same anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same. All right, we're gonna get some shout outs in there. Holidays are coming up. Dior Beauty, guys, go to Dior.com, go to the beauty section, start buying your girlfriends, loved ones, mistresses. I'm just kidding. You know, just everybody something for the season. And I guess there's other Vegas football proxy. Thanks, Tom. We need to have you in the show before the season ends. Hopefully you can come on. Follow them, Vegas football proxy, or at Vegas football proxy. And then Derek at the Circa, Mike Palm, the D, Aaron Oster for media, Jeff Benson, Circa Sports, and David Roseborough, CEO, CFO, whatever he is. That whole team is amazing. Shout out to GV too. She knows who she is. JJ, we had him on the show. We might have Jeff Benson, but I won't make any promises. The guy is super busy. Obviously, there's millions in Survivor going on. I don't know how many. What's Survivor at, you guys? Let's give a little bit of a thing.
10.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
10
The fuck?
entries, guys.
Yeah.
So it's real. And
And
it's
there's
a
no
lot of money.
chop, no chop talk.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That down so far.
How about shout out JVT, Stormy? Like maybe we might see him on here,
Oh yeah.
maybe.
Well, Stormy's super busy. And I appreciate her for, trying. And then also JVT. We'll probably have them, if not this season, then next season, or obviously during the playoffs championships before the Super Bowl. So we'll try and see if we can get them on there. It's just a lot of maneuvering when you're in the business and you're also doing it. Our friend Nick at Veterans Minimum with George, I've
Shout out Nick and them.
yeah, I've been on their show a couple times. And they've come on live, or Nick has. We just keep trying to get him on, but it's like we shoot the same days, you know what I'm saying? So it's always so hard
We
to
need
get.
to shoot with him out in the Win studio. Shout out to his studio. How about that? We
That's
we, we need to make
serious.
it a
That's
point.
not win.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Okay, sorry, Sirius. We need to shout out to
Serious
Sirius. We
XM.
need to get you in your
And he's
booth.
got the real deal over there, dude.
Yeah.
The real deal. So shout out to Nick. Hopefully you're back at home in New York, enjoying your time off. Or you will be soon. All right. Follow us or follow me. You guys know where to go. www.thesportsbettingqueen.com. Make sure you fill out that form for the newsletter. It's absolutely free. So make sure you do it. And if you don't, then you're just missing out. You're missing out. Anything else for you guys? All
That's it.
Shout out college playoffs.
Yeah,
right.
we got no college other than Army Navy this weekend.
Washington versus Boise State. Washington route.
Wow.
Give me the midshipmen.
There you go. Give him the midshipman. Um, I think that's all. And if there's anything else, we'll be back next week, obviously. Thanks for joining.